I got involved here in 1974 with the club. I used to come here as a kid. I saw Jerry Lewis on stage here.
The theater was built in 1928. The original design was started in 1923, and it was brought up by the Redford Businessmen's Association. They wanted to build a theater here to bring tourists to the neighborhood. So in 1923 they started plans, and the original design was going to be Greek Revival. In 1928, when it was being built, 27 was being built, the theater was being built by a man named John Kunske. John Kunske was the largest shower of movies on the East Coast of the United States. So he was equal to William Fox on the West Coast. So they were building this theater as Greek Revival, and he got a card from his daughter, who was touring Japan, and said, "Hey Dad, we should have a Japanese theater in your chain." And at that point he said, "Oh, that's a good idea," and this theater became a Japanese playhouse. That's why we have all the Japanese decor in the building. It opened up in January 27th, 1928, and had the original pipe organ. It still has a pipe organ here. They did vaudeville, showed silent films, and the theater ran as a Japanese inspired movie theater up until the 40s, when we were involved in World War II. In World War II came along, what we understand is attendance dropped off. The people coming to the theater thought this was a Japanese-owned theater, and so they'd stopped coming. So the owners decided, well, we'll paint it over to get rid of the Japanese flair, and maybe people will come back. It worked. So, but all the decoration was painted over. And in subsequent years, they hung drapes up on the walls. They knocked parts of the walls down, covered parts up, and it was completely obliterated, except for the actual structure of the two pagoda roofs and the roof over the stage. When we took over in 1974, we didn't know what it looked like. We didn't have any pictures, any plans, any prints of the building. One of our members said, "Well, I just did giant blocks for a castle and a play. We could paint it like that." So all the walls got painted gray and were painted to look like cinder blocks. They were about 18 inches wide and about a foot high. In 1982, we came across a set of photographs that showed what the building actually looked like. And we decided we'd start to dig in and see if we could restore the building back to what it looked like originally. So the first restoration project was the inner lobby, which we had no pictures of. So we got a paint stripper, and we started stripping the walls down and found original colors, original designs, and we went from there to explore the whole building, strip it down, copy all the original stencil work, reapply it all, and restore it back to what it was in 1928. About 13 years ago, we started our seating project. We had been saving money up over the years to replace the seats that were in here. They were from a theater called the Tower Theater in nearby downtown, not downtown, but nearby Detroit. So the Tower Theater seats had been installed here. They were yellow and blue and ugly. And we got with a company called Country Roads, who manufactured seating of old theaters, what they call restoration seating. So the main floor seating program was done about 13 years ago. Our balcony was done last year to completely reseat the theater at a cost near $700,000. Now there are 1,591 seats, The building originally sat 2,200. A t-shirt counter and a 50-50 every weekend. T-shirts are with our logo on it. And we also have a gentleman named Larry the T-shirt guy who does custom t-shirts for almost every movie. And he can make you up anything you want that day. 13 years ago, we were experiencing 250 people for a weekend, 300 people for a weekend. Now our average weekend is 800 to 1,000.